Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we have to revisit Orzhov value. I've made quite a bit of changes since the last time I've uploaded this list. Tongue twister. Yeah, so one of my big issues with the deck list, and a couple of comments kind of brought it up as well, so it was kind of a universal agreement, was the fact that we kind of passed our turn and then we just waited till our turn. We could literally get up from the PC and walk away, and our opponent could take their turn before we come back, as long as they don't attack with the creature. But we went and opted for some more instant speed interaction, whether that is a cut down as 2 of, or the go for the throats for 4. And I kind of trimmed down on the tithing blade, and I also got the inspectors out of the deck. I thought inspector plus this pixie was just getting a little too cute for me a lot of times. Like, it felt fine making those clue tokens and drawing cards, but realistically I didn't really care that much. I never felt like it truly changed the game, so I ended up opting for a little bit more powerful cards in kind of this one spot, especially adding cut downs in. Now I have more 1-mana plays to make, but I opted for a little bit more power in terms of putting Steel Seraph into the deck. This is an artifact, and it is a 3/3, so it dodges cut down, go for the throat, and it's a very complicated kind of card for those decks like blue black and Esper and even mono black to get rid of. Obviously Liliana can do that, or like other just sack effects can get around it, but Steel Seraph a lot of times against those matchups can come in, be a 3/3 flyer, kind of protect us in the air in case a 2/1 or something like that, or a 1/2 tries to get in the flying category. So this card has been a very nice pickup for us to play. And then we added Lauren of the Third Path. This card doesn't see too much today, but the reason it's in here is to blow up. If we want to, we can blow up temporary lockdowns, but most likely those aren't going to have a ton of value in general, just because like we get like a pixie back and a blade, and most likely they won't have the creatures in play anyway if they're playing temporary lockdown, so it's a little bit weird. But this is really here for things like Leyline Binding, the Celestis, and little things like that, or weird artifacts like the Synthesizer, where we can play this, blow that up, and then have Guardian flicker it, and it all goes good there. And arguably the best card in our deck, being either a couple of cards, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, is Braids. Braids can arguably be the best. A little bit worse since we took that Inspector out, but I still like the value that we get from this. You could definitely trim it down to 2 and add like more Steel Seraphs if you'd like, or something like that. Wouldn't be opposed to that, but I like this card a lot as it does generate a ton of value, and with our discard kind of engine online, it definitely picks up a little bit more. And then Hostile Investigator, which is kind of my MVP of the deck. This card makes this deck function very, very well, and I think it has a much higher value percentage than people give it credit for, because it's constantly 2 for 1ing. It's constantly a card that needs countered or removed, or your opponent's just going to keep making clues, or we will keep making clues, and it's very hard to get rid of. And then finally, with the amount of discard that we have with Hopeless Nightmares, Lilies, and Hostile Investigators, Shieldred actually finds itself being slightly more important in this deck, because a lot of times you play Shieldred on a dry board and your opponent has 4 or 5 cards to find an answer or do something like that. But since we've made them discard and have to answer threats like Braids and Hostile Investigator, that Shieldred most of the time actually sticks around for a turn or 2 and actually can buy us games and win. And Akhlazotz kind of fits that same role as Shieldred, but a little less so. But outside of that, I'm ready to go game. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. I truly appreciate it. The only other thing I'll mention, if you are playing this and you want to play it in best of 1, put Rite of Oblivion in the deck until it rotates. This card is absolutely bonkers in this list, but with this card rotating, I'm not playing it. Get it in there somewhere. It's good. Let's go game. Okie dokie. Oh no, dude. All right, sure, we can keep this, of course. We have, I've been sprinting. My opponent might not exactly be here because I haven't chosen to keep my hand for a minute. Get my water, chat. Gotta hydrate for me, you know, gaming. I'm actually gonna surveil first, and then I'll just double Hopeless. I think I can always cycle this, right? Yeah, I guess it's like fine to keep on top, because if it's Convoke, I'm gonna be so happy I left it. But if it's Control, like I can always just cycle it away and draw a different card. No idea what I'm playing against. I lied. Hopefully this can give us more details. This nightmare sometimes doesn't. I'm dead. Chat. It's over for me. Fast control, not good. Not good at all, chat. I don't know if I can actually like ever beat this deck. I can if they do that, right? Like that doesn't really bother me that much. I'll just play this. I'll make a 3/3 that can just block it. I guess I'll give it vigilance, sure. Ooh, whenever they gain life, they do something. I would love to cut down it, but I just can't. Being in step, if you may pay X and draw X for X great amount of life. Sure. This can be named on Phyrexian, I guess. Now, I could cut down this, which works out in my favor. So I cut down this, I play Pixie, I pick up Hopeless Nightmare. Then I replay Hopeless Nightmare. So we've kind of destroyed their hand quite a bit, but it might not end up mattering. The problem is Joda, they just have to hit land drops and have Joda come and play any other legendary after that. The main thing is that these have been bullying their life total quite a bit. So we do have them kind of on a 2-turn clock. Sure. They hold that back. A cycle here. Akhlazot's pretty good. Hopeless Nightmare. Hit him again. And I've been kind of bullying their life total. Vigilance. This one. They want to trade Dennik off. They're doing it with that one. Talia. Sure. Not really that great. Haven't been able to trigger that creature once, and what a great draw from us. And now we have the capability of shutting this off. Vigilance. Get in there. Dennik sure can block now, but now they lose creature. And they investigate, and it's not like, if they were to investigate, it's not like Shieldred would really allow that to be a comfortable trade. And now if they can't answer Shieldred or pop off and kill me, which they obviously can attack with Shauna, but Pixie can then make contact, and then Shieldred will trigger winning the game. Or even like a Pixie picking up the Nightmare again. I had a blast, thank you. But yeah, very cool, very cool. We go first. Our hand's kind of whack, right? I'm gonna keep. Do I play the Pixie right away? I don't feel like there's a whole lot of reason to. I think I could just take one draw. Because my problem, if I play the Pixie, then what am I doing if I play? Because if I draw a Hopeless Nightmare, I would love to be able to play Pixie. I should have played the white in case I draw a tap land here. But also, I'm like not opposed of getting a Liliana in play, minusing and kind of doing that nonsense. This is why I said I should have put the other card in play. This land, not needed. We can let it go. We have Shieldred mana, we have Steel Seraph mana, and I'm probably going to go creature into creature and just hope that's good enough. And then hopefully start picking off some stuff, which, as we saw here, I kind of fumbled the bag with this Pixie, but it is what it is. Happens. Gleeful Demolition? Sure. I love the Gleeful Demolition. Is it rotating? Alright, knight me now. No? Okay. Now I'm kind of conflicted. Because Hopeless Nightmare and Do It Again bullies their hand, but then they just keep their best 2 cards. They keep a land plus the knight, so it's kind of like whatever. But now with Steel Seraph, if I rip the other one, I'll play it over Shieldred. I'll just play the Hopeless Nightmare, and then I'll play the other one so I can give this Vigilance and Lifelink so I can attack and gain some life and things like that. But yeah, hit me. Hit me like you mean it. Sure. We have to keep our creature around, obviously. Shieldred's pretty good. Steel Seraph. pretty good as well. So weirdly enough, I think I'm supposed to attack with this because of course I can block one. Even if they play an Midrange recruiter, this will only hit for 2. This is gaining me 3, so it's actually more positive to attack with my Steel Seraph there. And then if I can get through my kind of combat this turn and live, then I feel pretty confident because then I have Hopeless Nightmare and Pixie. War Leader's Call being pretty devastating here. But the problem is they're dead if they attack out. Yeah, attack me. Come in. Give in the team. I think they just realized that. That's why they kind of paused here. They're staring at 7 on board plus a shielder trigger, but we know that Hopeless Nightmare also drains them for 2. So if they attack out, they actually are in a struggle bus situation, and Steel Seraph also gets to gain that life again. And they're finding it harder and harder to breathe. No attack. They knew it. They knew it. They felt it. That's actually kind of sick. I think it's dope that they caught that. I think Shieldred gains more life, but Steel Seraph cannot block. Liliana can come in and minus, and I could play Pixie picking up Liliana and Hopeless Nightmare. But then they just get rid of this, right? It's a tough day at the office. Should I gain more life or should I not? They can double block here with these, and then I'm in a little bit of a worse spot. I think that's fine though. I think I'm fine with Shieldred dying here. Life gain. Get in. I can actually even do something more sick here. I can actually Pixie. There you are. Wait. So that actually thins a lot of the board out, which is great for us. But they probably should have done the frontliner because they can bring it back. So interesting play from our opponent. Hopeless Nightmare, rip a card out of your hand. Get rid of that. We Pixie. Pick this up. And I'm going to establish a Lily here. And I'm going to minus first. And then Frontliner should go here. Obviously, Frontliner can throw buffs around. That's kind of why they kept it. But I still think Frontliner should be the card that goes. Maybe I'm wrong. But being able to bring this back from the graveyard is pretty good positive. But as we know, these pain lands, they're hitting. And now the attacks don't mean as much. I can plus here, eliminate this last card from my opponent's hand.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Then I can play this Hopeless Nightmare. 6. I can just hit them for 5, I guess. They're empty-handed. I think Vigilance is the key here. Sure. And the 1. Here and then Angel, I guess. I just named a random creature, to be honest. What do we got, opponent? Sure. And that is not going to do it. It's all fine. You have to threaten lethal. It is technically a lethal attack, but Steel Seraph goes here, and we win this game. Now obviously I should activate this, but there's no point. Let's just get in there and attack. Like, to do it correctly, I would activate that, but the game is over. We win. Opponent goes first. I like this hand a lot, so we'll keep. We have removal. We have a good blocker. If it's mono black, we have a good kind of creature in play that walks around, cut down to go for the throat, making it awkward. It looks like Boros again. Oh boy, huh? I play Tapland here, and then I play this, and I just double Pixie, I guess. Doesn't feel great. 2 games in a row that my opponent has played 1 drop and then Gleeful Demolition immediately, but this opponent played a Knight Errant. And we'll see the devastating factors of that this turn. Land, and now I have to go for the throat to Knight Errant. Crazy how the game changes so much. Let them attack, so if they have another knight, I can kind of play my way around it. Because now they obviously can't do the knight, but they can Epicure here, reinforcements again. There's the case. No surprise in there. No creature to target, and then just play the Epicure maybe. Path to peril. Not path to peril. Best controls, best draw. I really hope I rip it here because that'd be so satisfying. Ah, we missed. Okay. I have to kind of play this. I have to play a consistent blocker for the next couple of turns. Vigilance doesn't really matter. I hate that it makes me pick on my single creature that has summoning sickness. Like, I get it. It has to. It's just way easier. But attacks here. I mean, Enganjo it, bro. At 5. Novice Inspector, sure. Game, we can still do it. We can still do it. Or not. It is what it is. And I just have no... I have no way to win here, right? I don't think so. Yeah. I'm up short, I think. Here. And then, like, I even take a damage here. But, I mean, yeah, I'm dead, right? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. I don't know why I'm even here. But, cool. We can keep. We have 3 draws to find a land. If this was a surveil land, it would actually be better. Sure. That is kind of the weird thing about this mono red deck. Whenever they start putting the kind of plot cards, it actually saves us like on turn 1 through 3 here for the most part. When we have something like a go for the third available. Devastating. This one. And I hit their hand. Don't give them an extra card first. They have to make this kind of decision now. Sure. We really have to find a land here, or we are in big trouble. Wish this was artifact. This would be so much sicker. Go for sure. Sexual anger, like obviously anger is bad, but honestly it's a little bit better than shock. Who told them to play shock in their deck, chat? I'm down to do the pixie plan here. If I'm not going to hit a land here, I'm going to minimize their hand size as much as I can. Making it a little bit harder if they had a land. Mono red having a 4th land coming in clutch for them. Obviously, Pixie is jumping in front of this Swiss Spear. Sure. Nothing like a sorcery monster trades. They must have got done playing. They must have got done playing Golgari. Target creature or artifact I control. Okay, sure. Go for the Throtus. We just have to hope it's not shock plus lightning strike in hand. It definitely could be, but not a whole lot we can do about it if it is. That sucks. This one. Am I gonna live?
Nobody knows Dominaria shall
Probably not.
Sacrifices must be made.
Anything's like lethal here for the most part. Play land, lightning strike you after sitting here. Ooh. Well, they go for Lily. I feel like Lily didn't matter too much there, but maybe I'm wrong. Demo field can go now. Angel. Flicker itself. I have creatures ETBs. I think I have to build a wall here on my creatures. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah? Hello? Homie? We like... No, that wasn't good, right? I don't know what the ward... Like, what they have. If they can flip this. I'm just hoping they can't. No attacks. You are defending. Steel Seraph, where are you? I'm just kidding. Restless Fortress is attacking. I still want my Steel Seraph though. Attack gave me life. We just have to dodge lightning strike. No lightning strike. No. Discard at the bottom. They got another look. That's not good. Block. Vicious. Phyrexian. Go. Go, 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 go. Up to 5. Dead draw. Dead draw. Dead draw. Dead draw. Dead draw. Dead draw. A Swiss Spear counts as an okay draw. You can have a Swiss Spear. I'll be fine with that. I think it's a land, to be honest. I think it's a dead draw. They wouldn't be pausing this hard, I don't think. Come at me, bro. You know? Come at me. Yep. Sick. We dodged lightning strike, chat. We made it. If I'm playing against Convoke, I'm going to feel really good. If not, I have 2 draws. Restless Fortress. Go ahead. Opponent. Sick. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead. Just don't do the cool turn. That's fine. This is all fine. There's no night. Please no night. They always have a night. Why not have a night? There's a literal video at the beginning of this match where they didn't have the night. And the game was super easy. But you know how it goes sometimes, chat. Sure. I'm going to take my 4 and I'm going to cry. But I set up to draws go for the throat so I can go for the throat tonight. And then I can pass control again if they super flood the board again. Yeah, and there they go. Look at them. They're flooding again. I'm just going to reset the board again. And I'm going to give them no creatures here. Alright, go ahead, opponent. I have a water to put into my bottle. That's a war leader's call. Indeed, that is a war leader's call. Guardian's pretty sick draw here. Cavern. Phyrexian. Hostile Investigator. Target my opponent. I would like for you to discard. Discard a knight. Very cool. Pixie. Honestly, I could pick up my Hostile Investigator, but I'm going to pick up my Clue. So I want my Pixie to have a little more power and toughness so it can actually trade off a creature with this War Leader's Call in play. And then I'm going to attack with my hostile investigator, and then I'm going to flicker it with guardian. Or I can play my steel seraph. Just kidding. There could be an Nganjo here. That sucks. I think there's an Nganjo. Maybe. No. Oh man, I'm gonna feel so relieved when I don't have to play around that anymore. This one. Bring it back. Sick. Okay. You will have to discard the last card in your hand though. Not 3. Look at you. It's a knight too. Very sick. I can always draw here later, so it's not that important to do it right now. Land draw. Dead draw from my opponent. You draw from the clue. Okay. Win, chat. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, chat. Well, I hope you feel pretty confident in this list. I feel pretty good about it. I like the Steel Seraphs. I might play more. It seemed pretty cool. Lorne of the Third Pass seemed a little whack. I didn't end up using it. That's kind of why it felt whack. But it does have its value. The only problem in this format really is like temporary lockdown is okay against us. Like they can take our Nightmare and our Pixie, and like realistically we don't care that much about that. It's kind of whatever. Like they can also take our Tithing Blade, but most of the time they're not really going to lock us down anyway, because they're never going to want that to re-enter the battlefield, right? But the other thing that this is normally in the deck list for is like Leyline Bindings, which is relevant to an extent, but Domain and Best of One is so hard to play because Boros is so prevalent and Mono Red is so prevalent, and Domain on the draw against those stacks is very tough. So realistically you could opt to take this out and play maybe another Steel Seraph if you'd like. It's very capable to do, but other than that, I really hope this list showed you guys a lot of what guys and gals, a lot of what this deck can do, and kind of the fact that like against our Boros opponent we obviously have pest control, and hopefully we have that card. I went down on the Tithing Blades to have more instant speed interaction, because one comment made a lot of sense to me where they're like, I just don't like the fact that we feel like on our opponent's turn we just basically have 6. That's a MTGO term, but we basically just get up from the table and walk away until they're done with their turn and then come back to our turn. So I kind of opted to put in a little bit more instant speed removal to kind of help pick off things that we need to. And I'm a little bit light on the cut downs because I have much better turn 1 plays that I would like to do, and kind of split cut down in the blade in half, where like this card obviously has a lot of good value if our guardians are good, and kind of being able to pick it back up with the Pixie and use this as like 2 removal spells. Not necessarily good against Boros, as good as like cut down is. This cut down can kind of remove the important creature right away, and then we can go in our turn with an additional action to make. Where Tithing Blade is good against like Golgari or Blue Black or even Esper at times, when like there you got a creature, we put this in play, we make them sack it, and they're like Rafine, and then we play Guardian flickering this, and then they lose their Rafine. There's like a lot of things where this blade is better than cut down, but cut down has also got its limitations as well. So that's kind of where we're at there. Finally, that's kind of all I got. Like Braids is cool. I like Braids in this list a lot. Some people have cut it, some people like it. I'm personally a big fan of it. I personally like playing it. But outside of that, I hope you all enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.